Dawn. The world is silent, except for the distant sound of soldiers sharpening blades, horses snorting in the mist, and the faint clatter of armor. The sun has yet to rise over the Roman camp. The air smells of sweat, iron, and fear. It is the morning before battle. The men are awake before the light, and at the heart of the camp, a man stirs, one who carries not only his armor, but the weight of thousands of lives. He is the dux, the commander. To his soldiers, he is imperator. To Rome, he is the embodiment of discipline, courage, and destiny. This is a day in the life of a Roman general before battle. In a Roman camp, dawn is not a peaceful hour. It is the threshold between order and chaos, between life and the unknown. The general rises before the sun, not from comfort, but from habit. Sleep comes lightly to those who command legions. His tent, the praetorium, stands at the center of the encampment, marked by his standards, the golden eagle, silent and watchful. A slave enters quietly, bringing a bronze basin of cold water. The general washes his face, not as ritual, but as preparation. Every movement is measured, every breath deliberate. Today, every decision he makes will echo across history. A Roman general is not just a warrior. He is a tactician, a statesman, and a symbol of Rome itself. As dawn breaks, he summons his tribunes, the senior officers of the legions. One by one, they enter the tent, saluting with the words, Ave, Imperator. On the campaign table lies a map, drawn on parchment, held down by iron nails and marked with wax figures representing cohorts, cavalry, and siege equipment. The general listens. Reports from scouts arrive, the enemy's numbers, their formation, their movement in the night. He studies the terrain, the rivers, the hills, searching for advantage. He knows the ground as well as any soldier knows his sword. Every detail matters. Every decision costs blood. Outside, the soldiers gather around cook fires. They whisper prayers to Mars, Fortuna, and their household gods. The air hums with superstition. The general steps out of his tent. Thousands of eyes turn toward him. He says nothing. His presence alone steadies the ranks. He walks among his men, slowly, deliberately. He knows the effect. A commander who shares the ground of his soldiers commands not just obedience, but faith. He stops to speak with a centurion, a veteran of a dozen campaigns. A few words of encouragement, a clasp on the shoulder. Then he moves on. In these moments, he is not a distant figure. He is flesh and blood. A reminder that even the might of Rome rests on the courage of men. Before battle, Rome seeks the favor of the gods. The augur, Rome's sacred seer, is summoned to the general's tent. A white-robed priest examines the entrails of a sacrificed bull, reading omens in blood and bone. The general watches in silence. He does not believe in chance, but neither does he defy tradition. If the omens are favorable, the priest proclaims, "The gods favor Rome." If not, the general must decide whether to wait or to march regardless. Sometimes leadership means defying the divine. Back in his tent, attendants lay out the general's armor, polished bronze and iron that glints in the morning light. Piece by piece, it is fastened to him. The cuirass, embossed with scenes of victory. The red cloak of command, draped across his shoulders. The sword, a gladius with a hilt worn smooth from years of war. When he emerges from the tent, the transformation is complete. He is no longer a man. He is Rome personified. The soldiers see not a mortal, but destiny in armor. The trumpets sound. The legions form up in precise ranks, shields aligned, spears raised, banners fluttering in the cold wind. The general mounts his horse and rides to the front. Before him, a sea of iron, tens of thousands of men, silent and waiting. He raises his right hand. The noise dies to nothing. His words are simple, crafted to burn into memory. Soldiers of Rome, today we face those who would see our empire fall. They stand upon land that will bear our standards by dusk. Fight not for me, but for the honor of your legions, for the glory of your ancestors, and for Rome, eternal and undying. The ranks erupt in a roar. Shields hammer against swords. The sound rolls like thunder across the valley, and then, silence. The formation holds. The banners rise. The general looks out across the field, a landscape soon to be soaked in blood. He knows that once the first horn sounds, his control ends. From that moment, fate will decide. He rides along the front line one last time, exchanging nods with centurions, glancing at the faces of men he may never see again. A general must appear unshakable. Inside, he knows the truth. Fear and duty walk side by side. The signaler lifts the curved bronze cornu. The deep note rolls across the field. The general lowers his hand. The legions begin to move, a tide of iron and discipline advancing beneath the eagle standards. He takes his place at the rear command post, eyes fixed on the battlefield. To lead Rome is to carry the burden of gods and men alike. And as the dust rises, as swords meet shields, as the earth trembles beneath thousands of feet, he becomes part of something greater than himself. By dusk, the outcome will be written in blood and smoke. Victory or defeat, both weigh the same upon the soul. For a Roman general, there are no ordinary days. Only the days before battle, and the days after, when the dead must be counted and the living must march again. Because in Rome, war never ends. It only pauses. Until another dawn, and another general, takes up the mantle of empire.